I'd like to welcome you all. I have to give the proper thanks to the Faculty of Sciences of the University of Lisbon, to its Department of History and Philosophy of Science, and to the Center for the Philosophy of Sciences. And I also wish to express my special thanks to Professor José Croca, which is the head of my group here, and of course to my esteemed colleague, John Bush, who has provided me with precious support and guidance to this event. And I would like to now give the word to João Cordovil. Are you there, João?
No, I'm not.
Okay, he's not here. Good.
So you can skip me and go to the good stuff.
You don't want to say nothing.
No, yes. Okay, so sorry. So good afternoon, everyone. As the scientific coordinator for the Center for Philosophy of Science at the University of Lisbon, it is, of course, a great pleasure for me to welcome you all to this international conference on pilot wave theory. As a subject, as many of you may know, that has a long tradition at our center, mainly because of Professor Croca and Professor Moreira, as well as this kind of scientifically informed approach to philosophy of science. I would naturally like to congratulate Paulo Castro and Silvia Di Marco for organizing this event. On the behalf of the Center for Philosophy of Science, I would also like to thank John Bush's Hydrodynamics Quantum Analog Research Group for hosting the conference. And of course, I would like to thank you all for the participation in this conference. It is a pleasure and an honor for us. Unfortunately, it was not possible to hold this event in Lisbon due to this never-ending pandemic situation, but I'm sure that there will be plenty of opportunities for this happen in the future. So finally, I just want to wish you all an excellent and a very productive meeting. Thanks.
Thank you, João. Silvia, I think you have some technical remarks to. You already have done it, I think, but could you repeat it?
Well, I'm Silvia. I will give technical support to the meeting. I just wanted to tell you that, as you have probably noticed, we are recording this meeting. What we will do is we will record only the presentations. We will not record during the Q&A. And then the videos will be edited, and if we have the authorization of the speakers, they will be published in the YouTube channel of the Center for Philosophy of Sciences of the University of Lisbon. There's not much I have to say, just that in the email, we ask you to keep the camera turned off, but since we are not so many, if you wish, you can keep it on, but make sure you always keep your microphone off, please. So we are sure there are not interferences. And this is it. I see Cedric maybe has a question. I don't know if it's something. But on my side, I said what I had to say, and welcome and have a good conference.
Someone had a question? No? Well, okay. Before we move on, I would like to say some words concerning what we are about to see. Well, we all know that quantum mechanics has been the place for innumerable perplexities over the years. And since what we can now call the Broglie-Bohr debate, that we have been witnessing, I think, a return to a more realistic stance of quantum entities. I think even David Bohm's approach, somehow holistic in its nature, is a step further into such a vision. I think that with the development of hydrodynamic quantum analogues research, inspired by the findings of Yves Coudet and, of course, Emmanuel Faure, we are gaining insight about pilot wave theory. And this is a new and, I think, exciting conceptual framework for describing physical phenomena. I think we will all agree that very important results are being produced all over the world about pilot wave theory, and very interestingly appealing to a rather classical way of doing science, which is performing careful observation of controllable phenomena involving oscillating fields and their guided droplets. Of course, there are a lot of mathematical simulation in computers. This scientific endeavor has reinvoked, I think, the statistical nature of quantum mechanics, but it has also introduced what I feel is a new transversal concept, and which is that of a wave memory for the droplet behavior that I think will reignite the debate over the meaning of what is a regularity and the way it will emerges in the world. I wish just to say that as before in the history of science, reasoning through analogy will once again provide us with a leap of creativity and scientific boldness into these matters. The challenge of perceiving quantum phenomena simultaneously as a particle and wave-like, composing the same physical structure, and thus reinstating the strength, the ancient strength of rational thinking. Final word to say that the existence of quantum waves remains as much elusive as were atoms at the beginning of the last century, but now that we are at the beginning of another, I hope that a new interest will arise in the detection of quantum waves, and a goal that with further developments in pilot wave theory, I do hope will become an important one in the near future. And so with this, let me say how much I appreciate you all for being here, and let me now welcome John Bush, Professor John Bush, Director of MIT Applied Mathematics Laboratory and the head of the Hydrodynamic Quantum Analogues Research Group.